Greetings and salutations once again, everybody. Welcome back to the Chassis Variant series. Myself, Critical Rocket, and we are still with the Arctic Cheetahs, also known as the Hankyu of the clan Tauman War Group Battle Party Test Tube Baby Bullshit Buggering Brigade, known as the clans, specifically Smudge Jaguar. So we're up with the Charlie variant, and the Arctic Cheetah Charlie is actually an urban combat model. It was basically using its jump jets, which is a very respectable 180 meters because of the 6 it has equipped standard brain. Allowed it to very quickly leap over buildings, onto buildings, that kind of thing, use the cover of the urban centre, strike a target with a fair amount of firepower and then jump out. To that end, it has 4 ER mediums, 2 medium pulse, and a flamer, always with a flamer. And as such, the Charlie is quite powerful. It also meant that in MechWarrior Online terms, it was probably the most used variant in the game for quite a long time. The 7 energy hardpoints that it has split across it meant you could build some pretty sick builds out there. Specifically, small pulse lasers at one point were incredibly deadly. And as such, it was a bit of a scourge of the old MWO landscape. I remember a lot of people hating coming across this particular mech, and for good reason. It has 4 energy split between the arms, and it has 2 in the left torso and another final energy in the right torso, which meant it could dump a shitload of firepower into you very quickly. Also, the pulse lasers are actually quite high mounted on the side torsos, which meant it could peek and shoot. And if you wanted to rejigger in the positioning of those weapons, it meant you could put some pretty heavy firepower on the tops of the mech and allow it to just harass the shit out of people at range, with it just being able to peek up, fire, and then back down again. So the C still has life in the old girl, as you do come across a fair number of people who are still running this particular setup and getting away with murder. And yeah, I've admit a few occasions in the past, there's video evidence of this, I have run the Charlie with the small pulses, and it's easy. It's really fucking easy. You can rack up kills very, very quickly with this build, and yeah. I'm personally not a fan of the boaty McBoatface type setups for the Arctic Cheetah, and this definitely feels like one of those. It's powerful, it's hot as hell though. To run it stock, or even to run it with any kind of energy build-up, buy every coolant skill you can find. Your clan for a start, so range, that ain't an issue. Don't worry about your range. Just make sure that you've got enough cooling in that thing that you don't cook yourself in about 3 shots, because it's very, very hot. Ridiculously hot. So yeah, just bear that in mind when you do run out there and you think you're all that, and then you fire once and you power down, because it will fuck you up pretty quickly with the old Charlie with its heat scale. But that aside, it's so powerful. It's nasty. Probably a variant I would definitely recommend if you wanted to try out the Arctic Cheetahs. Buy this, and then buy the ECM side torso for the Prime variant, and have yourself a merry old day, because it will rack up so many kills for you in the short term. Most enemies you come across one-on-one with this thing, they're going to regret it. It can very quickly burn down armor on heavies and assaults, especially pilots who aren't keeping an eye out on their positioning. And yeah, it will just it'll wear you down. It's a brutal little light with horrible combination of builds, and there's a lot because it's all energy, and that's all it needs. So yeah, I'd give it a spin if you haven't already. I'd be surprised if anyone hasn't at this point, because the Arctic Cheetahs were pretty powerful, almost a kind of must-play type light. That was when it first arrived. I remember thinking it was just going to be a nice little support light. Good God, little did I know that it was going to become this hideous beast, and that is exactly what it is still to this day. Even with new lights being added to the game, the Arctic Cheetah can still be a right royal pain in the arse to fight. So there's not much left of this round. Looking at that, I've given my recommendations. Not really much else to talk about. There's not really much lore background for the configurations. So, well, the downside, sadly, with the clan stuff is that there just isn't as much background information, because the clans are very functional people. You know, they build a mech. The Omni technology, for the most part, gives them the ability to just kind of go, right, well, this one, its primary role is this, but if we need it to be an urban combatant, okay, there's this build that we've made out of these omnipods, alright. And then, oh, we need a sniper build, and we need a support build. Generally, that's how most clan mechs tend to work. They sort of have fixed their configurations for different types of combat. Whereas obviously the Inner Sphere side of things is, well, this mech we built to be mostly urban combat, and there's no real like rebuilding of it unless there's a sizable effort over, you know, decades or centuries, where one of the houses will go, okay, well, let's see what we can do with this, and then they pump in a lot of money and engineering time and stuff to try and build a new one. So it's that kind of thing. So that was the end of that round. That was HPG win, and not surprising with the C, it's very powerful. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.